wish we were too. We're live now. Welcome to Omnibroslive. I am Omnidog, one of your co-hosts to this wonderful show.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry, Jess, I butted in. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Introduce everybody. My bad.
That's fine. You're listening to the uncanny Omar. Omar, how's it going, buddy?
It's going excellent. I'm back for this Monday to talk comic books with you, bunch of lovely nerds. So I'm happy to be here. I am happy to be here. And with us is Giovanni, right? Giovanni.
The unflappable Geo from Near Mint. From Near Mint Week in Geekdom.
It's all right. If Omar wants to adopt me, I'm cool with it.
Did you call him the unflappable Geo?
Unflappable.
Okay. I was like, that's not nice.
I would never say that.
You wouldn't, huh? Oh, you just went down the wrong dark path, my friend. All right.
I didn't say, you went down the dark path. I didn't even say that. You're slurring your hearing.
Am I? Okay.
Yes, you are.
And who else? Who's left? Who's in the?
There he is.
Boom.
Yo, what up, guys? I can't find my headphones, so I'm kind of looking around for those right now.
And that would be Gabe.
What up?
From Gabe Infinity Watch.
What X-Men name did you guys give me in the chat? Did I get something cool like Trial of Gabe or anything?
No, you got Maggot.
You got the ever late Gabe.
Ever late? I was here on time, fool.
No, we started 2 minutes ago.
I was here.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Chat says different.
Chat doesn't know anything. They weren't here. They were here doing the pre-show. When you guys are trying to figure out what we're doing, like you forgot that we do previews every day or every Monday.
No, we got that down.
What?
We got that.
Okay, so before we get started, let's talk about our fabulous InStockTrades.com, our fabulous sponsor, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add an extra 2% to that. Every quarter, there's an Omnibros discount code. If you're in the United States and order $50 or more worth of books, somehow you get free shipping. Fabulous service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. That's right. InStockTrades. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I love all the sound effects you add towards the end. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great addition. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We've got a big show tonight.
Big show. We always promise a big show.
We always promise a big show.
We deliver. So tonight we're going to talk about hauls, maybe some reads, and definitely some previews of the books that are coming out this week. We got a big omnibus coming out, one that had a lot of people have been waiting on, one that some dumbasses like myself are going to be double dipping on. So yeah, let's get this started. Jess, what did you haul, buddy?
What did I haul? Okay, I hauled. Let me see what I hauled. I want to make sure that I don't. Let's see. Did I already talk about Doctor Strange by Donny Cates? Did I talk about that last week?
I don't think so.
I wasn't here, so I'm going to assume you did it.
Okay, I got Doctor Strange by Donny Cates. Did I already talk about Detective Comics 4? I feel like these came on Thursday.
I feel like we're like your digital Rolodex. Did I talk about these books? I can't remember.
Detective Comics 4, 4, oversized hardcover. Oh, on my channel I did. Okay.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah. That means Nick watches your channel and OmniBros.
Right on, man. And
what a guy.
Justice League Deluxe by Christopher Priest.
Nice.
And World's Finest Silver Age, Volume 2.
Cool.
Which is when the silliness really starts. And I'm going to be doing an overview of that because I don't think people really have a good feeling of how crazy the Silver Age really was. I also hauled and read I'll talk about this when we do our reads. Jessica Jones' Purple Daughter. I hauled that.
I've read that digitally. It's
It's
I will
fantastic.
I will join you in that talk.
Okay, good. And I also hauled and read XMen Black.
Yeah.
The Black King.
That had its ups and downs.
It did.
Mhm.
Some of the stories were strong, some of them not so strong. But the strong ones are really strong. Also, my heroes have always been Junkies.
Yeah, they just announced an oversized hardcover of that too. No, I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding. You're fine. I've got the same book. I've got the same hardcover. I just love pissing you off.
Fucking jerk.
My luck, they probably just now announced an oversized hardcover. I'll be buying it.
Probably.
I got Sleepless Volume 2, which is good. This is about it's a fantasy romance comic that this guy is a knight who is promised this. He guards her, and he is promised to. He's sleepless. He never sleeps and guards her 24 hours a day, and it's their adventures that they go through. Not a typical guy book. Actually, it's by Sarah Vaughn and Leela Del Duca, and I like their work, so that's why I got it.
What else have they done?
Sarah Vaughn did Alex and Ada.
Okay, that's where I know that name.
And Leela Del Duca did the art for it's 5 volumes. Shoot. It's really good. I liked it. And
It was Crust.
No.
Nightfall.
No.
Aquaman.
Astonishing Wolfman.
It's like
Outcast. Robert Kirkman's next book. I don't. This could go all night.
I
Shutter?
know it could. It's a Shutter. Yes. Thank you, Jimmy Owens. Shutter. It was she did a great job on Shutter. I also got Despicable Deadpool.
Uh-huh. Now that's not an omnibus. That is just an oversized hardcover, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oversized hardcover. And I'm pretty excited about these two things because I'm going to talk about them when we do our reads. My buddy and your buddy, Omar Kyle, sent me High Crimes, which is a thick book, and I read it, and I'm going to review it. And Witch Hammer, which is a thin book, but I read it, and I will talk about it with you. I'm going to review those for my channel. And he did me the solid of getting me, Kyle did, who is turning out to be a wonderful guy, the specialized editions of Star Wars on Blu-ray without all the George Lucas crap. Hand shoots first.
Without all the George Lucas crap.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that wrote and directed this
all the before George Lucas went insane and put all the crazy Greedo shooting hand first in it. It's the original trilogy in high definition on Blu-ray. Gave it to my daughter as a congratulations on getting a new job on Saturday, which happened to be May the 4th be with you day. She was so moved. She cried happy tears. She is such a Star Wars nerd. She was crying happy tears.
She cried because of Star Wars or because of her job?
She was crying. She was so excited about these discs because just that week we were lamenting the fact that she couldn't ever see the original trilogy on high def. That I had them on like VHS tapes, and of course I don't have a VHS player anymore. So she said I'll never be able to see the original stuff in high def, and I'm like,
Nobody has.
yeah, and through the magic of Kyle and his connection, now we get to see him on high def, and I thank you, Kyle, for that. That
you will enjoy, my friend.
The fact that my daughter was moved to tears was awesome, awesomely awesome. It meant a lot.
I like all the walkie-talkies that they added in those movies.
Oh, Christ on a cracker. It was
awful. That was E.T., right? That's E.T. water. E.T. bathtub is what I called it. E.T. bathtub.
E.T. bathtub?
Yeah, because they added that scene in the bathtub. It's all I remember from that reshoot in, what was it, 2000, I think, when they came out? re-released it in movie theaters. That and everybody remembers the shotguns turning into walkie-talkies. But there was like a bathtub scene with horrible CG.
What movie are we talking about?
E.T.
Oh, I haven't seen it since it came out in the theater.
The original, right? Well,
Yeah.
when they re-released it, like in the early aughts, they added, like I said, the bathtub scene and the shotguns. When the cops don't have shotguns anymore, they have walkie-talkies when they're chasing the kids.
So there's a shower scene with E.T. now. I'm gonna go watch that now.
Bathtub, but I think you're looking at the wrong movie. All right,
So that's what I hauled.
Gio, what did you haul, buddy?
Nothing.
I love how fast this segment goes.
Gio got a big old goose egg this week.
All right, Gabe, I know you had a big meet and greet. What did you get, buddy?
All right, so I'll get into that afterwards. Let me talk about. No, wait, I'll get into that right away because I think this is the coolest stuff I got the last couple of days. We had a Chris Claremont signing at the store on Free Comic Book Day. He's a great guy. Luis knows, or not Luis, might as well be Luis, but Omar knows that. He got to chat him up at Chicago. Even though you should have got him to come onto our show, even though he stood us up. But
I don't think he understands the way the internet works. But he's still a god walking amongst us, so I'm just gonna
does
leave it alone.
anybody really know how the internet works? Besides right?
Anyway, what did you
episode
get?
of South Park when the internet didn't work and they just had to unplug it. Yeah. All right. So what I ended up getting is all my X-Men Omnibus signed by the man himself. Wait, what page did you sign this on? Did they sign this for me? They better have, you fuckers. I wasn't at the
That'd be
signing.
great if they did.
You weren't there? I hope he drew a penis on there. Fuck you,
There you
Gabe. You
go.
can't even come and see me.
Well, I had to go to work at the Orange County store because I had a Dustin Wynn signing down there. So yeah, all my X-Men Omnibus got signed by the man himself, by Claremont. So Volume 1 of Uncanny, Volume 2 of Uncanny, also signed by the man. I like how he signed it on the title page, which is great. Volume 3, signed by the man. And then going on into kind of these are kind of like the bigger whale books, I guess. The Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, Chris Claremont. This is cool because I got this signed by everybody over the last couple of months. I think I showed it to you guys before, but I got Jim Lee, Scott Williams.
Oh, I'm so envious of that.
Mark Silvestri, and Chris Claremont.
Very cool.
Volume 2, same thing. Signed by everybody. Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Silvestri, and now Claremont.
I love that those omnibuses are known as the Chris Claremont and Jim Lee omnibuses. Even though Jim Lee only did the 5 issues in the first Omni. Everything else was Mark Silvestri.
We gotta go for the bigger name, right?
Huh, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so then besides that, I got the Fantastic Four Complete Collection Volume 1. This is the After the Heroes Were Born. I got that signed by Claremont as well. New Mutants Epic Collection Volume 1. He actually signed this on the cover, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And Wolverine Volume 1 Epic Collection. So all the Epic Collections he signed on the cover. Everything else he signed inside. I prefer it on the inside, so to speak, I guess. But yeah, I'm not going to complain about Chris Claremont signings. That's
Now, are you going to mail those off to get CGC'd?
You can't get these things CGC'd.
In a big,
Can't make dumb
giant
jokes that don't make sense, Omar.
Bitch, you CGC video games. 5 years from now, I want to see Gabe with a giant fucking plastic box that holds his omnibus. Look at CGC, it's like a 9.7. You never see these.
9.7 is not even a real grade, stupid.
Ah!
Learn your stuff,
I'm sorry, you
Learn
fucking
something.
nerd.
idiot. Go read a book.
I do. I cracked those damn things open.
All right. Also, that's not all. My off the record with Peter David Kickstarter.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
This
Nice.
is a 3-hour long. I haven't opened it up yet. I just got it in. 3 hours of just the man himself, one of my favorite writers of my era of comics, Peter David, just going on about everything. He talks about getting started at Marvel, going from the sales department to writing comics, the real reason he started writing the Hulk title, meeting Harlan Ellison, debating Todd McFarlane, transitioning from writing comics to books and movies, and so much more. So I told you guys about this. I think Gio, didn't you jump in on this?
Yeah, I totally forgot that it was out. I need to check if they shipped mine.
And that also came with a signed print.
Oh,
Nice.
that print went really fast.
Yeah, this is the one that sold out the quickest because this is one of the most iconic covers of all time, anyways.
Mhm.
And the print's actually really good quality. I was kind of worried it was gonna be some flimsy, shitty print that they made, but it's actually very decent. It's a quality print, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
I wouldn't have cared anyways. I really got it for the DVD interview anyways, but that was a nice touch.
Does this Kickstarter help him financially? Is that why they were doing this?
I don't know because I think he already did his own Kickstarter to pay off his tax debt, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Or GoFundMe or something.
Oh,
and I forgot one more thing.
Peter David. Whew. You'd have
What
to
was
do it. You'd have to do a Kickstarter for me to listen to that.
Oh, really?
Wow, Jess, hating on Peter
Wow.
David.
3 hours though, man. Wow.
People
Well, the
listen to
same
you.
guy.
People
This
listen to
guy
us
does a
for an
lot
hour.
of these videos. There's another one I have that he did with Jim Shooter, and it's 5 hours
I'd fucking
long
listen to that.
of Jim
Oh.
Shooter. Which no, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying
Yeah.
these things run long, and that's great. I wish there was an audio format. I might have to figure out a way to rip it and make it an audio format. I'd rather listen to it, like an audio book style in my car or something. But yeah, there's a Jim Shooter one out there too that's fucking 5 hours long. It's awesome.
Wow.
I'd start my Kickstarter at 10,000 for that.
Oh yeah. So also
Just hating.
with autographs, I got.
Did he
my,
sign your fucking Chris Claremont sign your Wildcats because Huntsman is in there?
That's right. Yes, he did. And again, this one
God.
is loaded up with signatures. Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Mark Silvestri, Alex Sinclair's on here as well, and
The
Chris
colorist, wasn't he? Alex
Yeah.
Sinclair?
Claremont.
Yeah.
He's the colorist. So
Damn.
I have to, not to brag, but I think I got a pretty badass collection of autographed omnibuses.
No, I can't wait to start flipping
Stuff, man.
those to get video games like fucking Bubble Bobble 2 on the Nintendo.
No way, man.
Watch. I gave it a year.
Oh, you're gonna love this, Omar. Check this one out.
All right, what'd you get?
What else is it? Is that everything else? Oh yeah, I got that sweet DVD, the print, and I got a Major X number 1.
Major
That's
X signed by Rob Liefeld.
It's signed by Rob Liefeld, yeah, because he shops at the Orange County store.
That's
And
cool.
when this came out, he signed a bunch of them for the store, and I grabbed one. So, yep, Major X number
isn't-
1, signed by the man
insane.
himself.
It's insane how much those things are going for. Like,
Yes.
everybody looks at the character and they're like, that is hideous. Why would anybody buy that? But shit, still sells.
It's
Wow.
because it's Rob Liefeld. He creates so many cool characters.
Okay, well, that. I don't know about that. I love
really?
Rob
Because
Liefeld.
nobody out there knows who.
Oh,
Cable
here we go
is
with
or
the Deadpool.
right?
Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's not like every one of his creations is fucking gold. I think it's cool, and I love Rob Liefeld. I'm one of those people that actually likes his art.
But everything he did is gold.
No, I'm not
Even
gonna admit
Brigade.
that.
Even Brigade.
No.
Youngblood. Prophet.
Stop.
Come
Stop.
on. Yes.
Kill yourself.
Yes.
Stop.
Prophet's awesome.
God, what
Prophet-
is wrong? Prophet was good later, like when an actual writer took over the book. Like I'll say that the
Prophet,
art-
Omar. Prophet.
Jesus
Look at that.
Stephen
Prophet.
art. Yes, I know. I can't wait till the movie rights are sold.
I got a whole
Number two
pocket
GoPro.
on my spinner rack dedicated to Prophet. Look at that.
You are a '90s child.
Was that the thing Brandon Graham took over and made good?
Yes,
That was his run was awesome.
Made
I
good.
love Brandon Graham's run too.
yes. Alan Moore came in and took Supreme over and made it good too. Before that, it was just a Superman ripoff character.
Well, that's what Supreme was either way. All right, and then also video game wise, I did get a loose cart of one of the most classic video games of all time. Mike Tyson.
Thought you were gonna say that Mike Tyson signed that when he was in Vegas.
He lives here. I can get it to happen.
That's what I'm saying. You need to get that signed by Mike Tyson.
Don't think I won't. I'm gonna let him bite my ear too.
All right. Creepy.
And something really cool that I think everybody here is gonna like besides Jess. I think Jess will like it, but Jess can't do anything about this. A friend gifted this to me. I'm not gonna say their name. I don't know if this is gonna be them getting in trouble if I say anything, but with the release of the new, sure to be crappy Dark Phoenix movie, there is a beer company out there that made a cosmic IPA, and it's called Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
So I got what is this, like a 4-pack?
6.
It is a 6. Okay, that's odd. I thought it'd be either way, it's a 6-pack of Dark Phoenix branded beer.
Oh, that's a collector's item. Put that right up there with your first appearance of Major X and the first in your omnibuses that are signed.
That's right.
You get fucking Chris Claremont to sign your Dark Phoenix 6-pack. That might be worth more.
They gave some of these to it happened at the signing. I wasn't there, so they left it for me. But yeah, so everybody at the signing got a 6-pack.
Oh, that's cool. Did he take some? I know he doesn't drink anymore.
No, he doesn't. I don't think you can take it on the plane either. But yeah, he didn't take one.
Pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I like the cover, the design.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
You're right. It might be a craptacular movie, but at least we got some beer named after X-Men.
Yeah, at least if I go see it, I could probably go get a little buzz before it.
You should open it. Do a test on the show.
Yeah, to get them to sponsor the show. Hey, Boulevard, do you want to sponsor my show about comic books? Could I talk about your IPA?
Omar
said. So that's something new and different. So that's what I've been up to the last couple of days. Boom.
Awesome.
Are you up next, Omar?
Yeah, I got some stuff like Jess did from Kyle, and I can't wait to talk about these 2 books.
Don't talk to me about Star Wars again. Damn it.
They're not about Star Wars.
No, please keep talking about your cheap ass IPA beer. Go ahead, please. And then
it's only cheap because I got it for free.
And I picked up some other stuff too, like so Silver Surfer is one of those books that I'm missing from my library that I'm starting to get in really into. Sucker. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up because I own all the cosmic stuff in trades, like the big fat trades, but I'm starting to slowly replace them. So I figured I'd get the Epic collections. 1 and Volume 7 are out of print. Somebody found me a Volume 7 though, which is awesome. And that's the Infinity Gauntlet one. But if you have Infinity Gauntlet, this is
that's not it though.
No, this is the Thanos quest. That's the one that leads up to it.
The who quest?
Thanos quest. Thanos. Fuck all you motherfuckers. How do I pronounce that asshole
What's the other Silver Surfer one? Somebody just recommended that to me today, I think.
This one's really good. This is Freedom. This is what's his name that did this?
Steve Englehart.
Yeah. This is a classic run. Solid run. Really good. I read these as a kid, but I wanted to start, getting them again. So Volume 7 is out of print. It just went out of print recently. And Volume 1 has been out of print for about a year now. But Gabe, correct me if I'm wrong. Volume 1 is just a lot of the stories in Fantastic Four, aren't they?
Volume 1 of Silver Surfer?
Of the Epic collection of Silver Surfer is just a bunch of the... Don't you have it? Nope, that's
Volume 3. You mean the When Galactus Calls? Yeah, that's all this...
Okay.
That's all the Fantastic Four stuff, yeah.
And Volume 7, in case you already have the Infinity Gauntlet Omnibus, most of it is collected in there. And if you have the Infinity Gauntlet Aftermath Big Fat Trade paperback, it's the rest of the issues are collected in there, so you don't really need Volume 7.
Yeah. I just found a Volume 7 because you told me it was out of print, and I found one. So.
Bitch, I told you to look for one for me! You were like, oh, we're all out.
Yeah, we are. We have it at the Orange County store, though.
Oh, you should have said something. Oh, okay.
You got one, though.
Yeah, but you didn't know, asshole. OmniBros before hoes, right? I thought that was a thing.
Oh, and I also got that shitty Ghostbusters book.
IDW. Fuck off.
But I gave it to a homeless person to use as a
Yeah,
pillow,
I'm sure you did.
so you could shoot up on top of it.
Yes, the Infinity Gauntlet Epic Collection is out of print. Somebody was asking.
Yeah,
That's
I just got that too. That's on its way back in California.
Volume 7 and Volume 1 is out of print as well. But
Volume 1's
is out of print.
expensive too. That one's fucking kind of sucks.
Yeah, they get kind of crazy. Like I love the people that sit on this shit for like a year or two on Amazon. Just I'm gonna sell this for $300. Nobody ever fucking buys that shit for that much. But anyway, but somebody on my channel found it for me when they were out free comic book day shopping.
Yeah, so you didn't need my help.
Yeah, I did. I asked you first, then you were like, "Oh, I don't have it."
Yeah, we didn't have it. What do you want me to do? I can't make it magically appear.
You did. Surprisingly, when I told you it was out of print, you did it for yourself. Jess, have you read The Spire? I'm pretty sure you have.
Gabe before Omar.
It was like my book of the year 2017.
Was it?
Yeah, I loved it. Loved it. I'm
gonna trash that then. Don't need that book.
Fucker.
Just kidding. You have great taste.
Loved it.
Have you guys read this, The Platoon?
Oh, that's a great book. Fantastic book.
Now, none of this has been collected in any of the omnibuses or the oversized hardcovers, right? That's
Correct.
what I thought. So, and then this right here, Walk Through Hell, which is Aftershock Comics, which you're a big fan of, right, Jess?
I am. Yeah. Somebody told me about a Walk Through Hell.
This is Garth Ennis.
Oh yeah.
So these are 2 Garth Ennis books that I got. But yep, that's it, man.
Did you hold up Outpost Zero or something?
Yeah.
Is that a book? What's that book about?
Let's see if I can find it really quick. It's an Image book right here. It's Sean McKeever. He did I can't believe I'm going to admit this. Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane. He went on to or so I've heard.
My daughter and I read that when she was little.
Those 2 oversized hardcovers back there are not mine. They're my wife's.
She just lets me keep them on the shelf.
Yeah, for sure. I like the artwork though. It's pretty cool. I haven't read it yet, but it's Outpost Zero. I'll probably do a review of it on my channel for sure. But that's it. Let's talk about some reads. Did you read anything, Gabe, while you were out?
A little bit. I brought books with me to read on my little trip to California. I brought Generation X Volumes 1 and 2, and I read about 2 issues out of it. I didn't have the time. I was trying to in my hotel room, but each night I kind of got back late. But that's what I'm going to be currently trying to get through. Will be Generation X Volumes 1 and Volume 2, which are so far really good. I didn't get to the Generation X part yet. Because
you're just
Volume 1 starts off with the Phalanx Covenant stuff, and it's really kind of boring.
What? You didn't dig the Phalanx Covenant, huh?
It's assimilate. We are robots and we must assimilate everybody. Oh, we can't because you're a mutant. Bullshit.
Man, but the artwork was on point. Yeah,
Joe Mad, bro.
And Andy Kubert.
I guess Andy Kubert, but it's all about Joe Mad.
You weren't a fan of Andy, huh?
No, I am, but he is way below Joe Mad.
Okay.
Extremely way below Joe Mad.
Wow. Okay. We'll rank your favorite artists one day. You can do your top 100 favorite artists.
Jim Lee, Joe Mad.
We could turn it into a Peter David 3-hour DVD, and then Jess can buy it and listen to it.
Jeff Darrow. James Stocco.
Stocco's up there, huh? Okay. Yeah. I like where this is going. We should do that. Gio, did you read anything?
I've started reading Ito's Smashed, sorry.
Smash.
Because a fan for my channel asked me to do a video on it. So I'm trying to read that, and I'm continuing my One Piece adventure. I'm still on Skype.
God bless you, my friend.
I'm taking my sweet time with it because I've been distracted with a bunch of shows, but I'm currently working through reading One Piece.
How many volumes is that? Like 12,000?
90. Close.
Damn it.
Only 90 just came out last week.
I love all these snooty Americans. 90? Wow, never.
Snooty American coming from the snooty person here.
Meanwhile, the Phalanx Covenant was in issue 360 of Uncanny X-Men. 316, Gabe.
I didn't say
Come on. The same thing.
I didn't talk once about the issue numbers, you retard.
Oh, pissed him off. Yes. Target 831. All right. Mission complete. All right. Jess.
Yes.
What did you read?
I read a lot.
All right. Kick off the stuff you read by yourself, and then we'll read.
I read XMen Black,
Mhm.
which was had some good stories. Let's see. It had a good Magneto story in it. I liked the Magneto story.
Who wrote that?
That was written by, let's see.
There's a reason I asked.
Oh, okay. Chris Claremont. And the Mojo story I thought was pretty good. Scott Aukerman wrote that.
Mm-hmm. I thought that one was pretty good too. I like the Magneto story the best.
Yeah. Mystique, I thought that was okay. The Mystique story was okay. Didn't like the Juggernaut story that much.
That was my least favorite one.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much. Emma Frost story, loved it. It was great. That was written by Leah Williams with art by Chris Bacallo. And
interesting. How do you say it, Gabe?
I was told by Cycle Cleveland yesterday in a chat.
He knows how to pronounce it. He knows how to pronounce it.
It's Bacallo. Bacallo.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I always thought it was Bacallo too.
I always say Bacallo.
I'm pretty sure.
He said it's pronounced like the composer Bach and then Bacallo.
I'm sure somewhere out there, Cycle Cleveland is having a good laugh on us on how to pronounce it.
Bacallo.
Okay.
I believe it. I think Gabe has met him. That's why I was asking him. But I think he's like punching up his Omar punching bag right now. Pissed him off.
And then I like the Apocalypse story because I thought it was really complex and interesting. I thought that was a good story, but the Emma Frost story was my favorite story in this book.
Trigonosis isn't chopped liver. Who said he was chopped liver?
Who said he was chopped liver?
Oh,
Trigonosis is the man.
River, I can answer that. I can tell you what Kyle Higgins, the guy that wrote it, said. I interviewed him, and he said, no, they will not reprint those books. But then at the end of the interview, he said, but you know what? I'm just Kyle Higgins. I'm not Boom Studio, so there's might be a chance that they'll reprint it. So, as far as he knows, they said no.
Then I read Jessica Jones' Purple Daughter, written by the always fabulous Kelly Thompson.
Yeah, let's talk about that book, because I read those digitally. Okay.
This was amazing. It featured more purple people than I've seen since the Minnesota Vikings of the 1970s. This was awesome.
You've been waiting all day to say that.
Where's the one
I just came up with it. Thank you. Featuring Jessica Jones all of a sudden wakes up and her daughter is purple. We thought that Carol Danvers threw the purple man into the sun. You can pick this book up and not have a problem reading it straight out of the gate. Kelly Thompson does a great job of filling in any gaps you have. You don't have to know any backstory or anything. And of course, Jessica and Luke Cage have a little bit of a strain on their marriage because their baby's purple all of a sudden, and they're wondering, you know, whose baby is this? What's the deal? I can't show you too much because I don't want to spoil any surprise, but the fabulous Emma Frost shows up in this book and does a great job in this book. In not a cameo, she plays a pretty major part in it, and she's great. But it's all about why is my daughter purple, and it leads Jessica down several different paths in her job as a private investigator, trying to figure out, is the purple man still alive, and why is my daughter purple? And it leads her down several different paths, getting her almost killed several times, and it is riveting all the way to the very end of the book. And it is awesome. It is.
Let me ask you this, because that sounds really interesting, especially considering it was digital first.
Yeah.
But did she take the purple man onto Maury at all?
Does she do what?
Did she take Purple Man on Maury Povich?
No.
Oh. You are the father.
I agree with everything you said, man. I was not a fan of Alias. I have never liked the character of Jessica Jones.
Oh, really?
But somebody told me to read this when like issue 4 had dropped, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. It was a friend of mine, and this is probably the best Jessica Jones story I have ever read, and I think it was really intriguing and it kept my interest the whole time. And I finished it out. I think it's only 5 issues, right? That first trade.
I think it may have even been just 4. Let's see. How many was it? Babbity blabbity blah 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 blah.
Issue numbers don't count because it's digital.
Yeah.
That is true.
1 through 4, 1 through 5, chapter 5. Okay, yeah, 5.
Okay, yeah, really dig it. I also recommend that book. Really solid.
If you like that, I highly recommend the first one that came out that was digital only and got printed that Kelly Thompson did. I can't pull the name.
Was it a Jessica Jones book?
Yeah, it was a Jessica Jones book. Kelly Thompson did it digital only, and it came out a few months ago, and it was also excellent. I think it's called Blind Spot now that I think of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Freddie Alonso said it's Blind Spot. It was really good. I think you'd like it if you like this.
I dug that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't own a trade paperback copy, but I read it digitally. I thought it was a good read.
Okay. Yeah. Feel free to read it however you want. You dig it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you have my permission.
All right, boss.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Then I read My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies by the fabulous Eddie Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And as usual, he does not disappoint, neither in the writing or the art department. The woman involved in this really romanticizes junkies and the usage of drugs, and her heroes are drug addicts, and Ed Brubaker really did his research on things like AA meetings and Narcotics Anonymous meetings and stuff, so I could relate to that. Everybody knows I'm an alcoholic in recovery, and so I related to a lot of this book as far as the recovery part, and I get how she romanticizes the drug usage part. I can see where it sounds really cool to in her mind, the way she makes it seem so seductive. And it's more than just that, obviously. There's a whole story based on her romance with a guy in this, and where they meet at rehab and where it goes from there. I can't really say more than that because that'll wreck the story. But she is a very, very complex, interesting woman, and it's pretty thin. But he fleshes her out and makes her a very interesting character that unfortunately I could really relate to. Read this book and you'll probably understand more about me than you really want to. I could relate to just about everything that she went through. It was very interesting. I found it really cool, an amazing book. Then I finished books 1 and 2. Books 1 and 2 of Howard the Duck. These were fun. I dug them. They're not the greatest books, but they were funny, and I liked all the predicaments that Zdarsky put Howard the Duck in.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it Chip Zdarsky?
Yeah.
Because he's killing it in that Spider-Man little mini-series that's going on right now. I can't wait till that's collected. That's a really good Spider-Man story.
He's a good writer, and I really did dig this. To tell you the truth, this is the first Howard the Duck I've ever read, and I fell right into it, and I got into it and enjoyed it a lot. And my only complaint is and I think this is how Howard the Duck is supposed to be. He's constantly complaining about all the situations he's always thrown into, and they wrap it up really in a cool way at the very end about why he's thrown into these situations. In a very cool way, the last arc really wraps it up in a fun way. And so these books are really fun. I actually did dig them now that I think about it more. It's actually a really fun read. And then the books Omar's and my friend Kyle sent us. Witchhammer. It's very thin. That's probably my only complaint, is that it's so thin.
Yeah, let's talk about Witchhammer.
Yeah.
It's $19.99 from Aftershock. It's a hardcover. So it's like, it's bigger than a trade.
Yeah, it's very big, and the art is great. It's about somebody is killing witches and real witches of all kinds that happen to males and females that are cult worshippers of this certain witch sect. And they show the killer, and the two detectives that are in charge of going after the killer. And I found it to be really compelling. This was a really well-written book, and actually I didn't pick up on the fact that it was that old. So this is one of Cullen Bunn's first books then?
I'm not sure. But I was waiting on a doctor's appointment, I think, when I ended up reading it. And it hooks you.
Shot, huh?
I didn't say at the health department. You don't need appointments for that. It opens up really good too. Like, these group of teenagers are driving around, and all of a sudden one of them gets their head blown off, and you're like, all right, I'm hooked. Yeah. What's the catch? Why? What's happening? And two of them are getting away, and that's when you find out it's a thing hunting witches. I don't want to reveal much more than that. And yeah, like this is when I had no idea what this was about. So it wasn't until she gets out of the car and she starts praying to the Lord Leviathan to come and save her. I was like, oh shit, she's got powers. But it didn't do anything. But I really liked it. I liked her character, the detective, the female detective, who I cannot remember her name right now. More than because I think she was more the central focus of the story. Yeah. You get to see the story through her eyes than you do like his eyes. And honestly, I didn't really dig his character design. It reminds me of what was that British show, Detective?
Started
with a P. No, not that old. More recent BBC.
He did wear a funky hat that I thought was way out of place.
I was like, no, I can't take you seriously with that hat.
Yeah.
Like this little hat right there. This isn't the 1800s. What are we wearing, man? But overall, I really enjoyed it and highly recommend it as well. It's a quick read.
Yeah, and the leads that take them to dark places and interview people that have something to do with the sect and got out of it, and where those leads take them, and they try and prevent other murders, and they try to they try to investigate leads, and all these leads take them down further dark paths and trying to protect some people, and it leads up to an amazing, I thought the ending was amazing. It's really, really good. I really like this book a lot.
Yes,
Hey, Jess, can we go back a little bit and talk about the all my heroes are junkies?
Sure. Why?
Did we figure out, is that actually a part of the criminal universe storyline or anything? Remember we were talking about that. I think it was last Monday or maybe the Monday before that. Somebody said,
"Oh, Felix is saying it's an absolute must to read the criminal series before reading My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies."
There you go then.
I've read Criminal twice, and I get that. Yeah, I get that you need to read criminal before you need to read this. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, Felix is right. You probably need to read criminal before you read this.
So it is involved in the overall like criminal storyline, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I get what Felix is saying there. But I also felt like it stood on its own. I don't. They're sort of in the same universe, but I don't. I felt like it stood on its own because I read Criminal. What is this, May? I reread it again in January, both books, and knowing my memory, I've forgotten it. So I think it's fine to read it on its own.
Cool.
But
Damn,
I understand what Felix is saying.
Damn junkies! I almost got stabbed by one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, with his AIDS needle.
Right.
True story.
Yeah, and then the next book I read, courtesy of Kyle, who was nice enough to send it to me, was High Crimes, and this is an amazing book from Dark Horse.
I was gonna ask which one you preferred because I think to me I like Witchhammer better, but I was hooked on High Crimes after the first book.
Whew. Once you now
It's a different story, but
a completely different story.
But they do have a similar kind of tone to them.
Well, this one's a bit more of an adventure thriller, whereas I feel like Witchhammer was more of a occult crime drama. This one involves a disgraced snowboarder who goes to lose her identity in Nepal, and she hooks up with a guy that retrieves dead bodies from Mount Everest, because apparently Mount Everest is littered with dead bodies. And so they cut off the hands of the dead bodies, ID them, find out who they are, and send the information back to the families and say, for a fee, we'll bring the bodies down and you can give them a proper burial. And that's how they make their money. And she's completely left her life behind. She was like a medal winner in the Olympic sport games, but she got busted for, I think she failed a drug test or something. I can't remember what it was now, but she's completely left her life behind. She's all messed up, and she gets caught up because in one of the hands, now how far are you? 2/3 of the way through? Okay.
Yeah, 2/3.
Okay, so
actually more than that. I'm on like, I just need about like 30 more pages to go. I'm in the final.
Well, I won't go too far, but
well, I didn't want to spoil it anyway with what happens. But you can talk about what she does.
Okay, well, so they have she's with like this older guy, this crusty old guy who's got this business, and she's looking at one of the dead hands, and out pops this little microfiche capsule, and so she takes it and she looks, she goes to like the Nepal local library or whatever and looks at this microfiche, and it's secret plans from the US government for all kinds of things. So she wants to find this body because also included in the envelope was information that the guy took from the dead guy's body. He didn't think anything of it. He just took, they usually take personal effects from the dead bodies to ID them. She got the dead guy's journal, and it turns out the guy was a US spy, and he had he was trying to escape his life, and he had various microfiche things implanted in his body. So she wants to go get that body because she thinks that these secrets are going to be worth something. But once this guy's fingerprints get ID'd, that sets off triggers to the US government that this is where that missing agent's body is. And this team of deadly agents is now en route to the Himalayas to scale Mount Everest, and they want the body too. And now it's a race up Mount Everest for her and between these deadly agents to get to this body, and I'm leaving out everything that happens because
the agents are really. I love when bad guys are introduced so ruthless, like when life doesn't mean anything to them. Because the first time you see these guys, there's like 8 of them, right? And the guy that's training them is like, "Hey, change of plans. We're going over here instead." I think they're going to Nepal. And one of them's like, "But sir, the order said to stay, blah blah blah," and he just shoots him in the head. He's like, 7's such a much better number anyway." And I'm like, yes, I love bad guys that are like that. Makes no sense. Life means nothing to them. Now we know what we're dealing with within the first page.
Right. And it's an incredibly page-turning thriller.
Yes, I was going to say that too. Because I haven't read anything by Christopher Sebela. Is that his name?
Yeah, me either.
Apparently he's a Eisner nominated. He did Dead Letters and Alien vs. Predator, which neither one of those I've read.
I don't think I have either.
But it makes me curious as to how good Dead Letters is. But anyway, yeah, solid read. I like this too. I'm almost done with it. But
I highly recommend High Crimes. It is a huge. I almost was skipping dialogue to turn the page. It was so exciting. This was just a solid, exciting read that I was really happy with. So that's High Crimes, and there's a lot to this book. And the guy did his research on Everest, you can tell, because it's all about the base camps. It's all about the lack of oxygen. It's all about what your body goes through, how it acclimates. It's extremely well researched, and it's just a really well done book.
So Joe Chip is saying that he thinks High Crimes was his first book. Chris M is saying that he is writing something called Evolution, that it's about bugs in the bodies type of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to read his other work because this was solid. And then I've also read Batman: Death in the Family, because that's what we're talking about in Old Reader, New Reader tomorrow. I haven't read that in a while. Anybody?
Or Death of the Family?
In the Family. You know, where you had to pay your 75 cents to kill off Jason Todd. Anybody else did that in the chat? I did. Wow. Fifth grade Omar called that 900 number without telling his parents. It cost him, I think in the end, $3.75 because you had to pay ahead of time. So, goddamn it, Dan Didio owes my mom and dad $3.75.
Yeah, I'm thinking you probably mean Paul Levitz.
Whoever decided to bring him back.
I don't think Dan DiDio was around then.
No. Whoever decided to bring him back, because Jason Todd came, during the Red Hood stuff. Otherwise, he was dead. Dead. But anyway, that's what I read.
Well, the reason he died is because they said that it was a lot of the DC employees that called that number and really boosted the final tally on it.
Nobody liked Jason Todd. I remember being in school and asking my friends, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna kill that little fucker." Nobody liked Jason Todd. So that's it for me, my reads. Let's talk about this upcoming week. Let's talk about the books that are on sale at In-Stock Trades. Then we can if you got that list handy.
You want me to screen share? You want me to screen share, or are we just going over the discounts?
Sure, you can screen share, and then we'll just quickly go over the books that are heavily discounted, the 50% off books.
We don't need to quickly do it. We'll just run through it like normal. All right. So here we go. You ready, Jess? You got the spreadsheet?
Yep.
All right, everybody. So here is this week's releases coming out May 8th. We're going to start off, as always, with Image. They have Volume 1 of Blackbird trade paperback. Volume 2 of Copra. So this is what we're going off of, is what's here on the previews website. Sorry if it's a different Copra like last time. Somebody got a little triggered and a little butthurt in the comments last week.
I think all 5 of them are being re-released at the same time.
Oh, no. Yeah. I said 1 and 3, and the guy was like, no, it was Volume 5 in this. And I was like, all right, well, that's what it says on Diamond's actual website. So this is what we're going off of. Freeze Volume 1. Savage Dragon, as seen on TV, trade paperback.
That cover cracks me up.
this is, I think this is about the time when Savage Dragon got really over
raunchy.
the top.
Oh, this
yeah,
is
it
a
got
super raunchy
on here.
version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Horse has Disney's Aladdin. I have no idea what this book is here. Emanon? Omar, you're the best pronouncer of words. What do you say?
Son of a bitch. Which word were you looking at? Oh, Emanon. Yeah, I got you, man.
That's probably wrong, but we'll keep going
absolutely wrong.
And then we got something called Mysticons and Nier.
Nier. I know how to pronounce that one, right, Gio?
Yeah, that's Nier.
You're going to learn today how to pronounce that. That's Nier.
Well, they should learn how to spell Nier. There's an A in Nier. Oh, this is written by everybody at Square Enix, apparently.
That game is insane, and I'm glad
Dark
Horse. Yep, it's the art. It's a sequel to Nier.
Yeah, that doesn't help any. All right, IDW has one hardcover coming out, Violetta.
Yeah.
Around the World hardcover. DC, we're going through this quick anyways, Jesus. DC has Astral City Aftermath's hardcover.
Yes.
Yes, is that 50% off?
That is not. That is 42% off. Do you want me to tell you at the end what's 50% off?
Sure. Let's keep everybody on the edge of their seats.
Yeah. Crisis on Infinite Earths Companion Deluxe Hardcover Volume 2.
Nice.
Omar should get this for the girls and make them reread that as a part of the reading of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I was like, my daughters? I'm not going to read that shit.
No, the other girls. Justice League Volume 2, Graveyard of Gods.
Waiting for the hardcover.
And Pearl. I want to check out Pearl. I'm hearing a lot of great stuff about Pearl.
Did you hear
written by one of the best writers out there, Brian Michael Bendis. And Michael Gaydos does the art. So this is the team of
never liked Gaydos either. God, I'm such a hater. Why am I on the show?
Like anything.
I do like things.
You don't like anything that isn't Chris Claremont or Tentacle.
I just went on about Witchhammer and high crimes, not high society.
And then 6 Days, Incredible Story, a D-Days Lost Chapter.
That looks interesting.
Hardcover. All right, and then here's the big one. Finally, we got a good omnibus. This has been a weak-ass year for releases, but this is definitely the biggest one, I think, coming out this year so far. And that's Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 by J. Michael Straczynski.
Now, I heard somewhere that they're using a different cover. They're actually using the Amazing Spider-Man 500 cover, which is the Jeffrey Scott Campbell cover. And I really like that 500 cover, so I hope they do use that. There is not a DM. I know some people have asked, just in case. This is it. This is the only cover. No mas.
Yeah. This is going to be good. I don't think it's going to run out anytime soon. They probably overprinted this book.
I think so. It's a Spider-Man book. It's JMS's. Is it called Volume 1 or is it just JMS?
It's called Volume 1. Should have been paying attention.
Nah, I don't listen to anything you say.
I like this cover better than the 500 cover, by the way.
Oh, well, that's
I hope
wrong.
It's this cover. We'll find out tomorrow.
Anyway, that's what I was told. I'd be happy with either one. That's a good cover.
So this collects numbers. This is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 that got turned into Volume 1 eventually, or whatever. 30 through 58, 500 through 514, and the director's cut of 509. It does have the really cool 9/11 issue. Well, it was cool up until you see Dr. Doom cry.
Dude, that humanized the character in one page.
Oh yeah, we need to humanize.
Here we go.
The craziest villains of all time.
And his one-dimensional villains that he enjoys.
Over a couple buildings toppling over, and he just does so much worse in all of his shenanigans.
Wait a minute, he's not about genocide. Like the guy, there is a human side to Dr. Doom.
Oh God, shove it.
Not like Apocalypse is sitting. Anyway, keep going.
What's next? You're going to get Apocalypse to cry or Ra's al Ghul? Oh, my gosh. All right, so moving on. Something you can all pass, which is these Marvel's Decades. This is the 1980s trade paperback. Then we got Marvel Masterworks She-Hulk Volume 2. There is a DM for that, but I don't think anybody here is
There's a couple
into this
Masterworks
niche.
guys in the chat.
Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ghost, Ghost Spider. I don't know what they're calling her. Yeah, Ghost Spider Volume 1.
It's a lot of spiders.
There's a lot of, yeah.
Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, Spider-Geddon.
And then Star Wars, Age of Republic, Villains trade paperback. And for anybody out there who really wants to read Jason Aaron's Thor but can't get those first oversized hardcovers, there's now a Volume 1 complete collection coming
Or
out.
wait for the omnibus.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yep.
Dynamite's got Red Sonja and Tarzan. Hard pass on that.
You're so sexist.
And then Boom has Waves and Woods Yearbook Volume
Ooh,
1.
Waves looks interesting.
The Woods is supposed to be really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
It's James Tynion IV.
Ah. Okay, I like James Tynion.
And then here's all the other
Cool section.
and annotated nonsense stuff.
Section that outsells all the other books.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Whoa,
Carmen
Book of
Sandiego's gonna
Weirdo.
outsell something.
There's Book of Weirdo Crumb Comics. That interests me. Okay. I have all the weirdo issues, but I might still get that.
So is that the Dark Tower under its new label? I assume
Let's see.
it's not, because Marvel doesn't make them anymore. So this is a reprint of the Marvel books that have already been collected in hardcovers and in omnibus format, but now they're printing them under Gallery 13. I guess that's who it is.
Yeah, sorry, Jess, but this is written by Peter David.
I got no problem with his writing.
It's his words.
It's sitting there listening to him for 3 hours.
Oh, there's a Fathom Road Below Starter Edition, whatever that is.
Fire Punch. I remember Ryley really likes that series. Oh, Ghost Dog. That looks cool. Looks like something my kids would read.
All right, I think that's it. Mega Man Master Mix. That's a fun book. And here's that
There's
One
One
Piece
Piece.
Volume 90 you guys are talking about.
Yep. Keep
Yeah.
going down. Let's see what else comes out this week.
Nothing interesting. It's all crap.
Raid looks cool. I like the movie.
A lot of people are excited about that JoJo book, the hardcover.
Is that the third year or fourth? They're on the fourth,
Fourth.
right? Yeah. JoJo, I can't believe it's selling strong. Wow. Geo is on here twice.
Yeah, he is. How'd you do that?
The magic. I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
so the books that are 50% off.
Give us the good news, Jess.
Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus.
Yes.
50%
Nice.
off from 125 to 62.50.
All right, keep going, Big Daddy.
Okay.
Wow.
The Blackbird from Image. $17 book is 50% off, taking it down to $8.49.
Cool.
And you am I missing any?
If you do
You can
Control
teach
F,
Jess how to filter. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say if you hit Command F. No, you're on a Mac, right?
I'm on a Mac, yeah.
Hit
Yeah,
Command
Command F.
F and look for 50.
Command F.
Command F,
Yes, and then
You know,
type 50.
Wipe out your entire hard drive.
and then hit,
No.
okay, I've got find. So what do I do? Look for 50.
Yeah,
Then
let's
you hold
type
down
50.
Control Q or Command Q.
Whoops, I put in too many.
don't listen to Gabe.
Don't listen to Gabe, please.
All your porn will be deleted.
Oh wow, that's a good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Savage
So-
She-Hulks, the Marvel Masterworks She-Hulks. Those are all 50% off.
Thank God.
6 days, incredible story of Days
that looks
Lost
interesting.
Chapters, 50% off. How did I not know that trick? That's a wonderful trick.
I got you, man. See, you can teach an old Omnidog new tricks.
You sure can, and that's it.
Cool.
Blackbird, that looks pretty interesting too.
Mhm.
All right. All right, there you have it, everybody. Those are your books that are 50% off and coming at you this week from In Stock Trades, starting tomorrow.
Yes.
Word.
And
Everybody needs
that's
to get
it
that
for this
omnibus.
show.
That's that, man. Spider-Man's going to happen. That's getting on the shelf.
I bet Spider-Man's the #1 bestseller.
What is
I
that?
don't know.
It has zero competition because it sure as shit is going to be in that shit. At
Blackbird and fucking One Piece 90 are going to knock it the fuck out.
Yeah. Go home with that nonsense, man.
Now, I don't know about Spider-Man. Here's the thing, though. Spider-Man Volume 1, does it have Sins Past? Because it has one of the worst stories ever written for Spider-Man. When did
No, I
Sins
think
Past
that'll
take
be
place?
volume 2.
Are you sure? I want to say because
That
Volume
was at
2
the
should
end.
contain. And I want to know how they're going to handle the other. I want to know how they're going to handle Civil War and Back in Black because I seriously doubt none of the other stuff. And then One More Day will be for the first time.
Sins Past. Oh god, Gwen Stacy hooked up with Norman Osborn, and they have
That's
shit.
stupid.
Yeah, that was silly.
That's destroying the character of Gwen.
She was a terrible character.
All right, well, we can agree to not agree with you.
Not my fault. She goes around having babies with random people.
All right, cut the show. I don't even like Spider-Man that much. I just like to argue.
You don't like anything that much.
No, that's not true. I like that
Yeah,
Akira
that's
box
true.
that you haven't opened up back there.
I've opened it up. I haven't read any of it because it's manga, and I got to retrain myself to read.
Retrain
on.
yourself. It's not that bad.
I might do it one day. I thought about getting into it because it's Akira,
Okay.
and it's not 95 volumes ahead of me already, so that's at least doable.
All right, Jess.
Those 50% off books were brought to you by InStockTrade.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Every quarter, there's an OmniBros discount code. If you order $50 or more of books in the United States, you get free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Perfect.
They are honestly though, they are the standard for shipping hardcovers and trade paperbacks.
Oh yeah.
That is the standard for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, because you just
That's
read.
it.
I just reused that packing foam from when I sell something or had to ship something out.
Oh, all the time. Absolutely.
It's not even just omnibus. It just be like, oh, I'm just gonna, I sold a DVD, or I gotta ship out something else. I don't know, use this foam. It's universal.
All right, so I read somewhere that ASM is sold out on IST's sister site, which would be DCBS.
Well, that's not sold out. That's all pre-order.
Can we wait till Wednesday to order it? Yeah, it sounds like from what these guys said that there's going to be a ton of them printed. So I don't think you're going to have any problem waiting.
I mean, if this sells out, guys, we're in fucking trouble. Like the omnibus community is in trouble.
Give me a second.
Somebody is buying 35 copies of this damn book. Like,
just in
well,
case.
good, let them, because
be
they're
ready.
just burying themselves in debt at that point.
yeah, but they're keeping me from getting my damn Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 where Gwen Stacy
It's not sold
bangs
out,
Norman
dude. Calm
Osborn.
down. It's a Spider-Man book. It's gonna last forever.
Tell that to Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you mean the ones that are being reprinted anyway?
Roger Stern. Yeah, they're being reprinted, but it takes a while.
Mhm.
It took a while for them to sell out too. It's not like DM covers that blow out day of.
Has the Clone Saga sold out?
And plus,
Do even
no, of
crappy
course
books
not,
sell
'cause
out?
No, because you haven't bought your 35 copies of it yet.
One day.
And plus,
Also, this
DCBS
month-
is not the best source for something that to be sold out, because they only do pre-orders. So it's sold out because they pre-ordered it 7 months ago, and they only ordered to their pre-orders. for the most part.
For anybody wondering, this month we're getting 2 Spider-Man omnibuses, so they're not gonna sell out.
Not anytime soon. It's gonna sell out.
Yeah.
Things do, but it won't be like next week or anything like that.
What's the
If
other
anything,
Spidey omnibus?
Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4 comes out.
Oh yeah,
with
That's right.
the DM cover.
The DM will sell out.
Mhm.
Because here's
Because the other cover, as nice as it is, as nice of a Frank Cho cover as that is,
I'm getting that.
It's not. Oh God, go away.
I don't get original covers. Look, I'm helping the cause, right? That way you guys can get it.
I get it no matter what.
Right. Well, you can have my copy, is what I'm saying.
I don't need your copy. Your copy is disgusting.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, Diamond is still in stock in Diamond. The JMS omnibus is not out yet, so there's plenty of time.
I will say that before there were shows like this, Spider-Man 3 came out, and it sold out in a day. The DM sold out in a day.
We were
that was before shows like this were hyping it up. That was before YouTube was huge on the omnibus game. People were just buying it because they didn't make that many copies. Now, whether Marvel makes more copies of the DM, I doubt it. So that's one.
Well, I remember when Volume 3 came out. No, we were already going on at the time. We already had the show going on for sure because Emily used to pop into the group and say, "Hey, we're getting like 20 more copies."
Yeah,
of
but
DM
did you guys hype up like go get this now? I don't think you did. I think it was just like nobody thought about Omni selling out at the time. Everybody was more worried about reprints. Now
I don't
it's
know
like,
what universe you live in, but that's not true.
That book came out May 2017, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we were hyping up DM covers like we do now.
Yeah, but now it's different. Everything changed with I guess Conan, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like there's shows like this. There's other YouTube shows out there too that talk about these things. So now everybody knows. So it's more of this is not going to sell out in a day. This is going to sell out in mere hours. Like I mean, we called Conan. We all said Conan wouldn't last like more than an hour
before it came out. And hey, I got mine signed by Roy Thomas. That's right. I totally forgot about that.
Now all you got to do is read it.
No, I'm going to do that. That's gross.
Put in a CGC plastic box, you idiot. All right.
They're not in a plastic box.
I am getting out of here. You all have a good night. You can keep going if you want.
Where can they find you, Omar?
Oh yeah, on my channel, Near Mid Condition. Check us out.
Ooh.
We're doing a live show tomorrow at 8 p.m. talking about death in the family. I was just going on about Gabe's mom too. Holding up
you and everybody else lined up around the block.
I was 37th in line. All right. So no, thank you all. Go ahead. Where can they find you, Gabe?
Instagram, Gabe Infinity Watch, and on the Facebook Omnibus Collectors group. Check me out there.
And Gio, how about you?
Well, you can find me here on YouTube in Geekdom. Books, movies, all that fun stuff. A week in Geekdom.
There we go. And you can find me, Omnidog, on YouTube on Omnidog's Vault and on Instagram, Omnidogs_Vault. So thank you to the chat, wonderful participants tonight, and please hit the like button, please subscribe, and for my co-hosts and myself, peace and love, peace and love. Thank you all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.